welcome again to some 0K action. It's going to be 1 versus 1 on the Frozen something or other map. So, there we go. Not really sure if I've commentated on this map before, but yeah, basically we've got a couple of hilly bits here and there. So generally not too suitable for vehicles, although, well, all the mixes are accessible with vehicle pathing, so what the hell, we'll see what happens. So on the left we got myself and Lightman playing as Cloaky, surprisingly enough, and on the right we've got Sap RU doing something or other, and just having a look, it looks like the elo difference between us for this particular game is actually pretty massive. So you can probably imagine how this is going to end, but what the hell, I didn't really suspect that when I first looked at the replay. So let's just see what each player is going for. So going for a couple of initial glaives, just for a bit of scouting by the looks of it, and yeah, should be encountering my opponent pretty easily, pretty quickly as well. And looks like Sap RU actually going for an early Hermit. Okay, that's rather bizarre. Followed by Venoms, another Hermit, Fleas, and two Weavers. Okay, I'm not really sure where he's going with this, but we'll see what happens. This glaive is certainly not going to do too much. Where is the other one? I must have returned him back to base in that case. Well, as for myself here, just going to be spamming glaives, although, yeah, seeing what my opponent's going with, I'll want to get to Orocco's as quickly as possible. Although at the moment, though, that's just a single Venom, so glaives will be able to handle that depending on unit positioning and all that. And yeah, it looks like Sap RU is just going to be leaving his commander in his base, expanding for crap loads of solars. Now myself here just going with wind gens, and yeah, given the fact that they are affected by height, what I should have actually been doing is, rather than, oh, wait a minute, where am I actually getting these guys? Ah, okay. And also blocking off a Lotus. What I should have been doing is just, yeah, connecting up the metal extractors and then just building the windmills along this little hilly bit here, because that would mean more energy, but I keep on forgetting about that. Whoops. Oh well, in case, got the standard jumpy commander, and still just continuing to spam glaives. Not really too much happening from either player just yet. Actually, what has my opponent gone for? Greedy Speedy. Okay. Well, another recon commander, not really upgraded though, so not really sure what he's going with. I've got radar set up on the high ground, so should be able to spot quite a bit. Well, up towards the middle of the map, which isn't too bad, I guess, for the starters. And my opponent is relying on just line of sight. He does have a couple of fleas here and there, but yeah, it's not really, not really providing that much sight, but whatever. In any case, this flea will definitely spot my glaives, which are... They should be able to get up this hill. Okay, yeah, actually are a couple of purplish bits they can't get up through, so they have to go through this gap here. And actually might even run into the Venom. It's going to be close, but looks like we should be alright. So it looks like the Venom... Oh, interesting strategy. The Venom is for stunning the units, and I suppose the Hermits will then be able to blast the crap out of anything the Venom stuns. Bit of a bizarre way of doing it, but in any case, finally we do have some significant contact here, and yeah, just running my glaives through, doing a bit of damage, losing one glaive in the process. Actually, no, I don't think I would have been able to take out the commander. And yeah, also just running into his main base now and trying to do as much damage as I can, but yeah, 2 Lotuses are going to be a little bit too much, to say the least. So, ouch. But still though, did manage to do a bit of harassment though. 2 mexes, well, probably a relatively even trade, given the fact that I lost all those glaives in the process, but well, I do have an economic advantage, and well, the factory that I'm using should be more suitable for this map compared to the spiders, so there we go, finally switching things up. 4 Roccos for every glaive, and yeah, just continuing to expand this flea. Okay, pretty small detection radius, but anyway, I think he's... Yeah, I think he's too far away to actually spot that mix though, so he probably sees my commander though, probably sees a glaive running around. And let's see, opponent is going for a whole bunch of fleas. Okay, we'll see how that works out. Oh, actually, wait a minute, how did his economy just jump up? Oh, okay, he was reclaiming, that explains it. So, what is he going to do with these fleas, I wonder? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. In either case, I'm starting to secure the middle as well, getting, let's see, defenders and a raider up, so yeah, just a nice little outpost, I suppose, directly into the middle of the map. Make it much easier to see everything that's happening around the map, basically. Once the radar's up, yep, I will basically be able to see everything. Finally, Sapayu does have his own radar tower up, but it's a little bit late to say the least, and... Oh, okay, it's actually behind that hill, so you can't actually see above it. So, whoops, he kind of needs to work on his radar positioning a little bit there. He's building another radar there, but yeah, one glaive manages to get through. Just to stop the radar just in the nick of time, and just as well actually because this thing cannot go up that hill, which kind of sucks. So I suppose spiders, they do have some utility, but the way that Sapayu's using them, well, it could be a bit better actually. I mean, these fleas, for example, just gets a small group of them, and well, he could basically attack these naked expansions, and at least force me to put some basic defenses there. Be better than nothing, but nope, he's just sticking inside his base, while I am slowly but surely putting a nice little strangled hold on him, and just putting, yeah, lotuses on the forward placed mexes by the looks of things. We're going to be putting another one here. I mean, yeah, even this fleet, I mean, could just, you know, wander around, destroy a couple of mexes, got the radar tower, unless we can get a perfect position behind the radar tower, though. Yeah, like, to avoid the defender. To get the radar tower, and then probably die in the process, but anyway, probably be worth the cost. You can see what he's doing at the moment is far too passive, to say the least. Also, I'm not really sure why he's going for so many hermits, actually. Maybe, well, the only thing I can think of, given so hermits and venoms, well, he could be just looking to make a, I don't know, what he hopes to be just a game-ending army here and there, using the hermits to tank damage, recluses to fire from behind them, as well as the venoms. Yeah, I don't know what he's playing out there. In any case, Lotus is up and running, so yeah, a couple of gaps here and there in the lines, but it's really should be able to provide basic defenses. And oh, even got a Stardust being built up, which is outranged by the Roccos. Actually, what does my radar detect anyway? Let's see. Yeah, well, actually it doesn't detect the corners, but seeing as I've expanded to the corners already, it doesn't really matter too much. So there you go. And now the final battle, most likely, is finally beginning. Mass Roccos versus a combination of spider units. Hermits, yeah, they basically don't have a chance. The only thing they can do is push the Roccos back, and not much else, to say the least. The Roccos continue to go forward. Have to watch out though, definitely do not want them to get too close. The freaking Venoms managed to stun them out. These Lotuses definitely having a pain in the ass, and what do you know? There go the Roccos. Oopsie long, but really it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just continuing to stream them in. Looks like, yeah, 4 Roccos for every glaive, so... Yes, let's see, yeah, they're using the fight order as well by the looks of things, so just telling them to giving them a fight order to go back to this line, actually, so they continue fighting as they're retreating. That's presumably my, the reason for my logic there, and oh shit, I'm not really sure what the hell my commander's doing. He's dying, basically. I'm not really sure what the hell I was doing with my commander positioning him in there. Where the hell was... Okay, well, there's my little pointer there in the replay, so... Yeah, now it freaking moves over here, so... Yeah, a little bit lax in my macro there. I should have noticed the commander being under attack and just jumped him away. That would have been pretty simple to do, but oh well. What's King do instead? Continue to attack forward. At the very least I can reclaim this. I mean, this is very much on the outskirts of the engagement zone between me and Sapayu. I should be able to reclaim it relatively easily. And in fact, I'm actually floating a metal. I need to watch out for that. Let's see, well... What the hell's the Conjurer doing there? Just turning back and throw. Well, whatever. In any case, there we go. Finally starting to build this stuff up the hill, and... Yeah, the range is a bit better actually, so there you go. Compared to the ones on the ground, so I suppose let's consider. I'm still pumping out units in either case, even if I don't salvage the commander. Speaking of commanders, actually, yeah, Sapayu's still got his, actually. Hasn't done anything with him. Probably not much he can do. And yeah, actually, he does have these defenses here. If we just have a look at the mini-map and zoom in, yeah, he's got all these defenses here. Actually, yeah, they seem to be decently positioned as well to get a bit of cover from the slope as well. But I still, yeah, well, I can just basically ignore this, or use hammers. I suppose they will stop me from expanding into my opponent's natural territory there, but apart from that, yeah, won't really stop too much. And here we go, finally starting to reclaim the commander. Decent amount of metal in him, to say the least. So it's 500 at the moment, 550 going down. pretty quickly. And here we go, here comes the artillery. So now just spamming artillery units by the looks of things. Okay, so just went to a whole bunch of them, and there are 10 on the field. Yep, should be more than enough to, well, basically just to shell everything that's there. And if anything tries to get close to them, well, I got all these Roccos. Actually, yeah, it's a bit tricky to deal with all this though, the spiders. I mean, my opponent definitely did have various opportunities to deal with undefended expansions, as well as these wind gens with his fleas and all that. So that's one of the good things about the spiders. I mean, these fleas, they die to pretty much anything, of course, but the fact that they're so cheap, it really does allow you to sprinkle the battlefield with them, basically, and then you can really just try to attack basically anything that's defenseless. And I mean, at the very least, it does force the opponents to put some basic defenses in place, slows them down a bit. As for dealing with Roccos, well, fleas deal with them pretty nicely, but the only problem is that they kind of die very quickly to anything else. Well, I suppose recluses would match Roccos, so yeah, they'd be on even terms with them, so maybe a combination of Roccos, not Roccos, a combination of recluses. Actually, a Crave would be great, if you could keep it defended. So yeah, just a Crave being used as a mobile strong point, and, well, defended, but with Venoms and, what was the other stuff as well, so Venoms and Redbacks as well, just to, you know, stop skirmishes from getting too close. Maybe a couple of Hermits as well, in case if something too big goes, wow, really? Okay, in case something too big goes towards the Crave, but what he's doing at the moment is, yeah, it ain't working out too well. I mean, in any case, I do have an economic advantage, but just, it's interesting to see this happening from both perspectives here. Actually, it's too bad that Sapayu didn't just decide to type in the his team chat what his actual thoughts were at the time as well. But, well, there we go. I suppose one can only expect so much. Now, speaking of which, wow. Okay, well, he's definitely got an interesting bit of recon happening there. Yeah, basically just a couple of fleas and that's it. He didn't really do much of them, but in my opinion, yeah, well, he's got opportunities to attack. I mean, now that's kind of closed off thanks to all these defenses. Actually, might be able to move that one before the defender shot gets him, but what the hell. That is that. Down goes Sapayu, just surrendered. What the hell. Interesting game. I shall see you all next time. Welcome again to some 0K action. It's going to be a team game this time on the Spring Mountain Delta map, and we'll just skip the pre-game chatter. So yes, team game. Top left team we got, let's say, Plague Man as the Cloaky Bots, Forlorn Shaman as the aircraft guys, Maverick starting off in the water, strange enough, not picking a factory yet, Jonah UK as heavy tanks, and Fib for myself, Lightman, okay, because I'm going to be going over there, Tomika ST as the spiders, which, well, we'll see how that works out actually. I mean, God knows, with this hilly terrain, it, wow, okay. And some interestingly placed mixes, are they actually worthwhile? No, they're not really worth much more than the other ones, but still, mixes nonetheless. And, wow, okay. Well, jump bots, I'm not really sure if jump bots could actually jump over that to get to that position, but in any case, spiders, I suppose, along these mountains, or hills anyway, should work out pretty nicely. And the bottom right team, so yeah, that was actually myself, Lightman, as Amphib, if I didn't mention that before. Bottom right team we got Tandur playing as gunships, interesting choice. Homeless Casey with Cloaky Bots, Evander as Cloakies, Jump Bots for Jummy, and Matthew GB not doing anything for some reason, or rather not getting a factory yet. He's not actually doing anything at all now that I think of it. And Modchi with Morphed Commander of some description. So, Strike Commander, we have Light Particle Beam, Auto Repair System, pretty bog standard to say the least. So what about these Pyros? Let's see. Okay, well they can leap a little bit of a distance, so they should be able to leap from here to here at the very least. And as for leaping here, yeah, I don't know, they might have to leap here, here, and then here, or maybe just there and then leap over like that. And same thing over there maybe. Yeah, interesting little map actually. Well, actually, yeah, I don't really recall playing on it, but it was a bit of a while ago actually, looking at these old replays. Good stuff indeed. Now there we go, hopefully we'll learn a bit, hopefully you'll learn a bit, hope you have a bit of fun, watch stuff blow up. At the moment though, just a couple of skirmishes happening here and there. And here we go, Matthew GB going for airplanes, and for a halfway done we'll just call it air pad. I was trying to say air repair rearm pad, but in a sort of almost ended up just mixing repair and rearm together, so yeah. Just a bloody air pad, repair, rearm pad, whatever. And no aircraft, wow. Now there's a team player who ever saw one. And gunship load for Tander, what the hell did he even build when it comes to gunships? Not much. Unless if they got shot down by the Avengers, which are now called Swifts, I believe. Yeah, Swifts, whatever. Yeah, whatever, indeed. Modchi finally going for amphibs. Pick up the pace, though. Huh. Well, one could say that both teams kind of need to pick up the pace, but there we go, finally we do have a bit of an attack happening. Jummy coming in, destroying that Lotus, suffering a little bit of damage, not much though, and yeah, it's just going to be going out on all-out raiding spree. And what the hell is this thing with players partially building buildings? I mean, really, look at this thing, it's at 80... Okay, there we go, finally it's going to be finishing the geothermal power plant. Oh, okay, probably did it as a response to the pyros. In which case, instead of 2 Lotuses, would have just been better off with one single... what do you call it? Stardust in that case, but what the hell, I suppose Lotuses will do the job as well, since there's 2 of them. And they're coming in piecemeal, and of course... yes, coming in piecemeal, and of course with existing damage as well. Just having a look actually, where the hell is my... okay, there it is, Amphib is there. Archer is trying to do something against the Pyros, it's not really doing too much to say the least. Maverick's Pyro is also coming in to do a bit of damage, and well, we do have the initial lake at the very least being secured by our opponents. We'll see how that works out today, and we actually have Pyros coming in against Tomika's factory. Why isn't he building anything from there? What kind of game is this? Jesus Christ. Well, down goes his spider factory. Wow. Well, at least my archer has finally come in, so see how that goes, I guess. Wow, just going from one undefended location to another. What the fuck is going on now? Oh, and there goes the Panther. Not bad indeed. Well, at least the Pyro should eventually get taken out, hopefully. He's preventing construction at the heavy tank factory, so... very strange. Well, my archers will save the day, maybe? Nope. There goes one... wow. Okay, there goes one caretaker, just randomly flying off there. And the heavy tank factory is going to go down as well. In fact, getting a... okay. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ, that was a bit of a fucking stutter there. God knows what the hell it's going to look like on the video. But in any case, down goes the heavy tank factory. So wow, heroic pyros by Jummy actually. Definitely seems to know what he's doing. Yeah, pretty decent yellow and all that. What the fuck is going on there? God damn it. Fuck's sake. Okay then. God knows what the hell's happening. I mean, I defragmented the computer and all that, so... probably something in the background running that I forgot to check. Well, in either case, hopefully that won't be happening too often. I think it might have just been happening when certain sounds were loading, or certain animations loading or something, I don't know. Well, in either case, we're definitely on the ropes at the moment, despite the enemy team doing some other interesting things initially. I mean, they did manage to take the lake, although for some reason my metal extractor is still up and running. My jumper, what the hell is he doing actually? Oh, okay, so Monchi did try to attack with his commander. Let's see, didn't really seem to have... yeah, didn't really seem to have any support for his commander. So, a bit of a futile effort, and yeah, it looks like I'm just building a caretaker, most likely to assist with reclaiming that commander, and yeah, just to assist with construction in general, so... indeed. Yeah, he probably does need a commander, not a commander, a constructor actually. Huh, interesting. Very interesting indeed, and here comes a second raid by Jummy. How much damage will it do? God knows. My scallops should be able to take it out. What single scallop should be able to take it out? The boy will definitely not be able to do anything. Conch should be able to retreat safely. And just having a look actually, so Team 2 is the bottom right team. So despite all this raiding that Jummy is doing, we still have an economic advantage over them since, well, we're Team 1 by the looks of things, yes. Huh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Did he just launch a torpedo? Really? Huh. Indeed, and yeah, so Monchi definitely could do some help actually. My Conch at the very least, well, he will take out my Conch and all that. He will prevent expansion, and Not really sure why he's not expanding yet himself though. I mean, he's had this lake pretty much the entire game, really. And he's only just now sending in a builder, though it's not doing anything either, so definitely needs to work on his micro a bit there. You guys, both caretakers are up, the urchin's up as well to take out stuff near the near the lake edge there. Not really sure if that was worth it, but there you go. I suppose if stuff sort of wants to get up close and personal by going under the water, then going up that slope a bit, then the urchin will prevent that, I guess. Interesting. All these pyros coming in. Well, they'll be up against a scallop and a duck. More scallops are coming as well by the looks of things, yep. But with sheer numbers though, they should be able to win out actually. In fact, what the hell, let's just see how they'll go right now. Wow, that was ridiculously fast, to say the least. And yeah, definitely should be doing something about that actually. I mean, actually I think Athenas themselves are relatively cheap. Let's just check actually. What the hell are they even under actually? God damn, I never actually built an Athena. Funny with all the games that I made. Here we go. So, not games, all the games that I played, should I say. So, under air, and here we go. Athena for 500, so, well, not too shabby. I mean, it's cloaked. It can build certain units and buildings, almost like a mobile factory, and it can resurrect at the same time, so. But to note, looks like instead, just going to be. Well, actually, it would have been a shame. I could have just resurrected that, but whatever. I suppose we'll just be reclaiming instead. Now there you go. Get rid of what? Oh, that chainsaw, of course. Yeah, actually, our opponents very interesting. Got Zevender and Tander, Homeless Casey building up quite a bit of anti-air actually. In fact, even building a screamer on top of this hill thing. Not bad. Even terraform the train actually just to be able to fit it there, as well as a couple of defenders as well. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's just see, that should be the top of the line stuff, shouldn't it? Yep, Screamer, 2,400 metal. You'd think it'd have a little bit more range in that case, but, well, there you go, it'll pretty much cover the middle pretty nicely. Very interesting place to put it, actually, on top of that hill. Spiders. So Spiders versus Zevender, who's going for a Cloaky bot, so actually can't really get anything up there apart from the Commander, so Spiders should be able to take this out relatively easily actually. In fact, this is the sort of thing that they excel at, although these defences and all that coming into play is going to make things a bit more of a pain in the ass, but we'll see what happens. Bit of an attempted push by Jonah on the bottom left here, and looks like he's just going with the good old turret crawl. Why not, I suppose, although the defenders are in range of the Gorse turret, which is very unfortunate. Now actually building Lotuses, interestingly enough, and getting attacked by Brawlers as well, but we do have Copperheads coming in to check it out pretty nicely indeed. At the same time though, the battle for the Northern Lake rages on. Looks like the battle line here has been stabilised, so combination of archers, boys, scallops, a whole smorgasbord of cloakies there, and at the same time, well, it looks like the well, infrastructure for Mochi, he was in the process of building it up. Scallops coming in, should be able to blow the crap out of everything. More stuff on the way, eh? Sounds good to me. Indeed. Even got a nice little anti-air presence in the top right here, mostly because we can't really do much in the bottom left because of all this freaking anti-air that's here. So this thing, yeah, that's right, the stockpiles missiles and does incredible amounts of damage with each missile. But we do have spiders coming in, and Jesus, they have a long way to go though, to say the least. And yeah, there we go, there's the Screamer demonstrating its awesome power there against the Hawks of Forlorn Shaman. And indeed, yeah, hopefully the spiders will be coming in to take that out. Quick Smart, we do have some defences set up, but, well actually, especially this laser. Wow, okay, that range thing looks a bit screwy because of the slope there, but anyway. Yeah, this Stinger, yeah, well, especially the hill in the way, I mean, stuff could get very easily get close to the Stinger and just take it out, so see how that works out though. In fact, I'm surprised I didn't actually build it around here or something, but well, there you go. Let's see what happens. Got an attempted push by myself with archers. Don't really think I would agree with that. I mean, archers supported by scallops would be a bloody godsend, because once those pyros inevitably jump in, then the scallops, well, that would just tear these guys to shreds at close range, but there we go. Doing a bit of damage to them. Good job actually by jumping them in and then getting back out again once they inflicted all their damage. Not too shabby indeed. And as myself, oh wait a minute, there we go, we actually do still have a bit of contention for the lake, but with the amphibious operations plant being destroyed. Yep, looks like we'll pretty much be able to secure the top right, also converging on the bottom left. The biggest army our opponent seems to have at the moment would be these pyros, and that would be about it actually. They don't really seem to have much else. Okay, well they do have a nice little defensive position set up here with a couple of gaps actually. But, really? Okay. But anyway, yeah, they have a nice little defensive position on the bottom left, but they're still in a losing position, and we do have, well, never mind actually, it looks... Oh no, actually, no, never mind, I was reading that wrong. Yeah, the bottom right team has got a massive economic disadvantage, and, well, we're basically just, really? Joey for stealing his chainsaw? Anyway, yeah, they got a massive economic disadvantage, and, well, we're just continuing to snowball out of control. They do have some solid stuff at the bottom left there, but yeah, if this commander goes down by Zivender, that would be a lot of their army value down. Well, almost 5,000 metal down for the army that's at the bottom left here, basically. Yeah, well, the Scythe's doing a bit of damage, but I think would have been better off just going with snipers, actually. But, oh well. So what is this Recon Commander doing? Heavy machine gun, auto repair system, disruptor ammo, personal cloak, and craploads of auto repair systems. So this guy is going to be able to auto repair like nothing else seen. And be able to cloak as well. So really all that needs to happen is that he needs to be decloaked, and a couple of sniper shots will be able to take him out pretty easily. But nope, that is just going to be going to and from... Actually, wait a minute, what was his weapon again? Machine gun. Ah, that's right, so I actually got piss poor range, so I suppose he's got that's going against him at the very least. Not that it really matters that much anyway. I mean, they're managing to hold on to bottom left, but we are slowly but surely pushing towards their main base, and that is that. So, some interesting choices by our opponents there. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to make it work. Barely holding on to the bottom left there. Some good harassment initially, but yeah, unfortunately not able to follow through too much. And they didn't really do too much of their advantage, their initial advantage in the lake either. With some nice little mixes for them to capture there, but there you go. I shall see you all next time.